Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight on the news, the morning snow causing several accidents, one killing a Nebraska woman.
Plus the story of a local family and their fight to survive colon cancer.
But first, the man accused of killing Lincoln police officer Mario Herrera is about to stand trial. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Today begins the jury selection for the Felipe Vasquez trial.
The trial was moved in January from Lancaster County to Columbus on a change of venue. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez walks us through what we can expect to see during a murder trial. Ariana?
Yes, today 100 people from Platte County sat in a courtroom and answered questions related to giving Felipe Vasquez a fair trial. People selected must go into this trial with no personal opinions and listen to how this case is presented before 12 jurors will ultimately decide a verdict. I spoke with Nicholas Glass, a defense attorney here in Lincoln, who is not a part of this trial in any way. He gives us an idea of what to expect in a murder trial like this. Here's a quick recap of how we got here. On August 26th of 2020, LPD investigator Mario Herrera was helping serve a warrant wearing plain clothes and no bulletproof vest when he was shot in the chest. He then succumbed to his injuries 12 days later on September 7th, 2020. The then 17-year-old Felipe Vasquez was arrested and is facing first-degree murder charges. He is also being tried as an adult.
A person commits murder in the first degree if he or she kills another person purposely and with deliberate and premeditated malice.
Vasquez is charged with first-degree murder, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, possession of a stolen firearm, escape using force or deadly weapon, use of a firearm to commit a felony, attempted assault on an officer in the first degree, use of a firearm to commit a felony. If Vasquez is found guilty of murder, he could face the death penalty, but that would be up to a 3-judge panel. Because of the high volume of coverage, this trial was moved to Columbus, Nebraska by request of a fair trial from the defendant in January.
The venue would be moved based on the presiding judge's need for a fair and impartial jury, in addition to communicating with counties to see what is within the capabilities of other counties.
The judge is District Judge Andrew Jacobson from Lancaster County. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office will continue to offer security, and fees will still be paid by Lancaster County. The only change is the venue and the jurors. Jury selection began Monday and is set to continue through Tuesday, as 100 individuals from Platte County will answer questions related to their ability to remain neutral.
The questions asked of the veneer could be very wide, random, very acute and specific. Just depends on who's in your jury, the facts of your case, and how you want to tease out the information from the individuals who may or may not be good jury members.
Now, the jury will consist of 12 members and between 1 to 3 alternates who will fill in for any juror if they are unable to perform their duties. The trial is expected to start this Wednesday.
Ariana Martinez with our top story tonight. Thank you very much. Deputies say this morning's snow contributing to a fatal crash east of Lincoln.
It was on Highway 2 near 176. That's just north of Bennett. 39-year-old Heidi Parrish of Talmadge was killed. Deputies say she lost control, crossed the median, and then hit another pickup. They say she was not wearing a seatbelt at the time. The driver of the other pickup had non-life-threatening injuries.
By midday today, most of the roads were in pretty good shape in our area. Here's a live look at Old Cheney and Highway 2. The Sheriff's Office and Lincoln Police say they responded to more than 40 weather-related crashes during the overnight and this morning. But as you can see now, everything seems to be running smoothly for the evening rush hour.
Yeah, and it kind of proves, John, that you don't need a whole lot of snow to kind of make things dangerous out there on the roads, right?
Especially when we are not used to it. Leading up to this, we'd only had 4.8 inches of snow, or make that 3.8 inches of snow. We picked up officially 1 inch of snow in Lincoln, ½ inch yesterday, and then a ½ inch this morning. But a lot of that has melted off now that we've seen some sunshine. A stronger March sun and some warmer temperatures will quickly erase some of that snow. So look right now in Beatrice, where you had picked up an inch of snow per the reports coming in from down into Gage County. Live look right now, looking off to the southwest, you can see we've had beautiful blue skies all day long. It's a view from Honda of Lincoln, looking fabulous out there. Temperatures above freezing. It's 38 degrees in Lincoln. That's the high temperature of the day. 36 in Beatrice. It's 37 in York and 38 degrees in Grand Island. Visible satellite imagery showing you where the snow is on the ground. That's the clouds because we don't have any clouds. So what you're seeing with white is what's still left on the ground from some snow. So some areas still seeing it down towards Falls City and also up between O'Neill and North Platte with some snow on the ground. We are watching a weather system off to our northwest. It's got a cold front coming with it. Now ahead of the front, we're going to warm up. Behind the front, we get colder, and we have another chance for snow coming our way later on this week. For the, that's showing tomorrow morning. We'll see temperatures down into the teens to low 20s. But I'll tell you, for the rest of this evening, we'll see temperatures dropping from the 30s down into the 20s. We'll talk about how much warmer we get tomorrow ahead of the cold front. Also, when we could see that chance for snow and who's got the best chance for seeing that. It's coming up in my Storm Alert Team forecast.
We'll talk to you soon, John. Thank you. In other news now, in central Nebraska, nearly 800 hay bales were torched in a fire near Bertrand. That's about a half hour south of Lexington. Crews were called to the field around 4 a.m., but because of the size of the fire, as you can see, firefighters were unable to extinguish it and could only contain the blaze. It burned for hours. The cause of the fire is also still being investigated, and we want to thank Maggie Evans for sharing this video with us. This month marks colorectal cancer awareness, and we're highlighting a Nebraska family's story of survival.
Colon cancer is considered the second deadliest cancer and affects millions of people, including a Gretna couple whose journey is one like no other.
How do you try to take care of somebody when they're going through it, and then you have to try to fight too? And we have
two little boys.
We have two little boys at home. It's like, how are we going to survive this? You know, it's hard enough being a caretaker for someone that's going through cancer, but then you're trying to like just make it through yourself too, and it was tough.
Both Eric and Nikki Oliva were diagnosed with a colorectal cancer within 3 months of each other in 2018. Tonight, we're going to hear their unbelievable story, and they do have advice that could help save your life. Again, hear their full story coming up tonight on the news at 6 o'clock. And speaking of taking care of yourself, a Beatrice man turned his health around.
Terry Beard had 2 small heart attacks a few years ago and then was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. After those health scares, he decided to get healthy, and he started changing his workout and his diet and lost 100 pounds. He uses his experience and success to help motivate others.
You're basically putting little deposits in for yourself. Every time I come to this gym of mine here, I am making a deposit for myself. Once you start to see results in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, you'll keep moving forward.
Now, Terry says he knows not everyone has access to a gym, but says there are plenty of ways that you can stay healthy even without that. He says going for walks or doing yard work may not seem like much, but it helps keep you healthy. We'll hear more from Terry coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. The bird flu has been detected in a goose at Holmes Lake.
That's right. It's the state's first confirmed case of the avian flu since 2015. Now, poultry owners are asked to keep an eye on their flocks and report any unusual sickness. The good news is the CDC says the risk of people getting the avian flu from birds is very low. No human cases have been detected here in the United States. In Omaha, a street is being dedicated to honor fallen Marine Corporal Dagan Page.
He was one of 13 U.S. military service members killed in a suicide bombing at an airport in Afghanistan. It will be a portion of Gertrude Street from 157th and Emmeline Streets to South 162nd Avenue and Harrison Street. Page was born in Omaha and graduated from Millard South High School. The Sarpy Board of Commissioners is voting on it tomorrow afternoon, and then the street sign will be unveiled this coming spring. In international news now, people in Ukraine running for their lives as Russians continue to bomb cities.
This as U.S. Secretary of State Blinken is calling Russians to open safe passageways to get citizens out of the country. ABC's Faith Abube has the latest on the Russia-Ukraine crisis.
Overwhelmed and terrified civilians in Ukraine literally running for their lives as Russian bombs rock one Ukrainian city after another. This man running with a child in his arms, another with a toddler in a stroller, and this man helping an emotional senior citizen to safety. In Irpin, a suburb of Kyiv, Russian projectiles setting fire to the community they once called home.
It's like no houses which were not bombed.
In the region of Vinnytsia, this video released by Ukraine's emergency services showing crews battling a massive fire at the airport where more Russian missiles destroyed a building. Across Ukraine, the UN has verified more than 400 civilian deaths, but concedes the actual figures are much higher.
Russia is starving out cities like Mariupol. It's shameful.
Today, after a third round of talks with Russia, Ukrainian officials reporting some positive movements in creating safe humanitarian corridors that would allow civilians in Ukraine to escape safely. But two prior Kremlin promises to provide safe passage were broken. The Kremlin demanding Ukraine formally recognize two separatist regions in its eastern territories as part of Russia and change its constitution to bar membership in NATO or the European Union before they would consider ending the war. Ukraine's President Zelensky, who has called the deadly Russian attacks deliberate murder, responding in this exclusive interview with ABC's David Muir.
We are not prepared for ultimatums.
And President Biden spoke with the leaders of Germany, France, and the UK today as the U.S. considers banning Russian oil imports. It's a move the U.S. could take even if European allies who rely more heavily on Russian fuel don't join in. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
And as fighting intensifies, officials are worried that the number of refugees will just keep going up.
Neighboring countries are welcoming Ukrainians with open arms for the most part, but officials say international support will likely be needed soon. This 11-year-old boy, making his way to safety all alone, with his passport and phone number wrote on his hand, crossing the border into Slovakia, where he was reunited with his mother. More than 1 million refugees arriving in Poland since the war began, greeted by signs like this one, which reads, "Here you are safe." UN officials saying if the numbers keep rising, these countries will soon need extra help and resources.
If the numbers continue, it will be a big challenge for any country, not just Poland, for any country to deal with this mass. So there needs to be a lot of support internationally.
UN officials say they're concerned about the next inevitable wave of refugees who likely won't have a place to go when they leave Ukraine. Some temporary shelters have been set up in places like Poland, but with no end in sight to this crisis, many are wondering about a long-term solution. Still to come on the news tonight, multiple tornadoes tore through central Iowa, killing several people.
The latest details right after the break.
I had to leave my parents.
Now to the latest on the deadly storms and tornadoes in the Midwest.
In Iowa, near Des Moines, at least 7 people were killed, 2 of them children. The storm leveling homes and communities, dozens of homes destroyed. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
A monster tornado caught on camera ripping through Iowa. The National Weather Service confirms it was an EF4 tornado with winds of up to 170 miles per hour and a path of nearly 70 miles, destroying parts of Winterset just outside of Des Moines.
This is, I think, the worst anyone has seen in quite a long time.
At least 7 people killed, including a 5- and 2-year-old from the same family. More than 50 homes damaged or destroyed.
He wasn't here. My son wasn't here. We're all alive. We're all safe. This is all just stuff.
Jennifer and Adam O'Neill, who own a flower farm in Winterset, describing the terrifying moments and what's now left behind.
We were hunkered down in the basement, and it was the scariest thing I've ever experienced.
So our red barn is gone. And we're standing on the foundation of our little flower cottage. This is our event barn.
Iowa's governor getting emotional after the devastation, a drone capturing the magnitude.
I tried to walk through and thank them for being there, and over the response was, "We're Iowans, and that's what we do."
As the cleanup continues, the area is now bracing for more extreme weather. A winter blast with snow and single-digit wind chills is expected. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
A little snow last night and again this morning. Highest amounts on the light side. Schubert picking up 2.5 inches of snow. Ashland, Ceresco, Southeast Lincoln 2 inches. Table Rock 2 inches, and Fairbury 1.6. Officially at the airport, we picked up 1 inch of snow. That takes our total since early October to 4.8 inches of snow, which is pretty small. We're still running about almost 18 inches below normal. And the snow that we had, well, with the March sun, that's stronger, didn't last too long. Look at the time lapse from out in Grand Island. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, all the snow is gone. Probably the only snow we've got left out there is snow on the north side of buildings where they just weren't getting much in the way of some sunshine because of the shade. Temperatures today, we topped out at 38 degrees. That's where we are still at right now at the airport. It's 36 degrees at East Campus, 38 degrees on the southwest side of town. It's 36 in Beatrice, 37 in York, and 38 degrees in Grand Island. For the rest of this evening, our temperatures will start out in the 30s. We're going to drop pretty quickly once the sun sets. We've got clear skies and a relatively light wind tonight. We should drop down to 18 degrees in Lincoln, 18 in Seward, 17 for low in Beatrice, maybe as low as 16 degrees in Columbus. For tomorrow, we'll see our skies turning partly cloudy with a few more clouds towards the afternoon. Speaking of noon, we'll see temperatures back into the 40s. It should be a warmer day tomorrow ahead of a cold front that's coming our way. That's the front off to the northwest. I don't think we're going to see any precipitation out of it. By 4 o'clock in the afternoon, temperatures in the 50s. We should top out right around 52 in Lincoln, 53 Beatrice, Fairbury, and Hebron, and 50 degrees for high in Grand Island. Winds tomorrow out of the southwest. Once the front passes, we'll see the wind shifting to the northwest, 5 to 12 miles per hour, with some occasional gusts 20 miles per hour. I know Rod likes this graphic of me driving the snow plow, and we may need it here in the next couple of days because we do have another chance for some snow coming our way Wednesday and into Thursday. The weather system is up to the northwest into southwestern Canada. Ahead of it, winter weather advisories in the purple, winter storm warnings in the pink, and even winter storm watches across the western part of the state go into effect starting Tuesday night and continue on through Wednesday. And I suspect we'll see winter storm watches expanding eastward over the next 24 hours. Here's STORMCAST starting tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock, or make that 6 o'clock. Nothing to worry about at this point, but it's overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. We'll start seeing snow showers developing out to the west, and they will begin to spread eastward. Now, I think most today on Wednesday, no, nothing to worry about. Wednesday evening, we'll start to notice the moisture beginning to arrive. Initially, we may have just enough dry air at the surface that it may not reach the ground, but eventually it will overcome that, and we'll start seeing snow showers developing and falling overhead. I think Thursday morning's commute looks to be a little bit on the sloppy side, as we'll have snow showers falling during that time period, and likely through the morning. And then as we get into the early to mid-afternoon, the snow should begin to come to an end. And right now, this does look like this is a shovelable snow coming our way with several inches possible. We'll have more details on that later tonight and again through the day tomorrow. 7-day forecast shows the evening snow coming in Wednesday, snow showers and breezy on Thursday, high of only 26 degrees, 28 degrees on Friday. We start warming things up for the weekend. In fact, look at this, the first day of daylight saving, which by the way is on Sunday. We jump up to 61 degrees, 56 on Monday of next week, 64 next week as well. And really much of next week is looking on the warm side, and St. Patrick's Day now within view. Looks to be with temperatures in the mid-50s.
That is going to be quite the swing.
That's right. It's March.
I can't believe that we're already getting ready to change the clocks.
I know.
Spring ahead.
That's right. Just over a week away for next weekend.
Remember to do that. All right. Thank you very much, John. It was not a good day on Wall Street. Quite terrible, actually. The Dow plummeting nearly 800 points. NASDAQ falling 482. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
This week, the humanitarian crisis.
Well, the latest TikTok trend is putting men and women of law enforcement on the road to viral and musical stardom.
Jeremy Roth has tonight's Take a Look at This.
Watch these police officers lip sync Celine Dion and your heart will go on. Uniformed public servants are getting in on the latest TikTok tune trend called the Baby 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 Challenge. Crooning cops from Connecticut and Oregon got in on the viral fun, doing their best Dion to the 96 hit, It's All Coming Back to Me Now. Many police departments are using social media music challenges to connect with their communities, highlighting a lighter side of law enforcement life. The videos show that when they aren't protecting and serving, just like everyone else, they tick, they talk, and they too get funky. A priceless discovery was recently made at the bottom of Lake Superior. A 130-year-old shipwreck was found 35 miles off Deer Park, Michigan. The Atlanta sank in 1891 and sat undiscovered until it was found in the summer of 2021. The Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society describes the find as wonderfully preserved and still beautiful. Well, it may not be truly priceless, but at a record sale price of $2.5 million, this rare Toyota just became the most valuable Japanese car ever sold at auction. Only 351 Toyota 2000 GTs were ever built, but this one is the rarest of the rare, a lone collaboration between Toyota and legendary race car designer Carroll Shelby. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Be nice to have a vehicle like that, wouldn't it, in your collection?
I'd rather discover the sunken ship. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, who knows? John, final check of the weather before we have to say bye.
Yeah, this evening on the cool side, not terribly cold. We'll see temperatures dropping to the 20s, 24 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see lows dropping down into the teens by morning.
All right, thank you, John, and thank you all for joining us tonight.
World News is next. We'll see you back here for more news, weather, and sports at 6 o'clock. Now it's...
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, we build each mattress specifically for you, right here in our locally owned store. We can even make his side different than hers, backed by our lifetime comfort guarantee.
Closed captioning